Are you tired of feeling like you are constantly running out of time? Do you start strong, but then something happens and you lose all your focus? People tell you that you are lazy and unmotivated. But what if I told you that you have been lied to? Procrastination isn't a character flaw, it is something deeply ingrained in your brain mechanism. Hi everyone, I am Dr. Harsh Oza, and on this channel, we explore the fascinating intersection of mind, meditation, and science to unlock your full potential. And today, we are tackling with a problem that affects almost everyone, especially in today's fast paced world, the procrastination. We know that feeling all too well. You have that important task looming over you, but you keep finding excuses to put it off. You might even be incredibly productive at doing some other things, but not just the thing you should be doing. Sounds familiar? Well, you are not alone. But here's the truth: procrastination isn't about being lazy, it's not lack of willpower, it's the battle happening inside of your brain. A tug of war between two powerful systems, your prefrontal cortex and your limbic system. Think of your limbic system as the impulse center of your brain. It's ancient, it's fast, and it's all about immediate rewards and avoiding pain. It's the reason you pull your hand away from the hot stuff without even thinking. It's your now brain. So, if you understood that, let's move on to the prefrontal cortex or PFC. It's the planner of your brain. It's responsible for long term thinking, decision making, and self control. It's that part of your brain that knows you should be working on that project even though it's not immediately enjoyable. Let's call it your future brain. The problem is the limbic system is much faster and more powerful in the moment. It's like a Formula 1 racing car versus the bicycle. While the car can go much quickly, the bicycle needs time to get going. So when you are faced with a challenging task, your limbic system screams avoid while your PFC is still trying to get the engine started. This is the core of procrastination. This internal battle is further complicated by something called temporal discounting. We value immediate rewards more than the future rewards. Would you rather have $100 today or 110 a year from now? Most of us would choose 100 today, right? But what if it was 100 in 1 year versus 110 in 1 year and 1 month? Suddenly, that extra $10 seems more appealing because the delay is relatively shorter. This is how our brain discounts future rewards, making the procrastination even more tempting. Scientists have even developed formulas to understand why we procrastinate. The likelihood of you doing a task is a function of the outcome multiplied by the value of that outcome. And it is divided by the time required to get it done and the tolerance to delay. If you expect a good outcome and you value it highly, you are more likely to do it. But if it takes a long time and you are impatient, then the probability of you doing that task goes down dramatically. If you understood the temporal discounting, let's move on to something even more interesting. Recent studies have shown that there's a conflict within the prefrontal cortex itself. The dorsal PFC focuses on the immediate efforts and the discomfort of the task, exaggerating how difficult it will be to do that task. The ventromedial prefrontal cortex or VMPFC, on the other hand, is supposed to focus on the long term rewards, but it often falls short. It's like having two advisors in your brain, one constantly complaining about the work and the other forgetting to mention the benefits. These internal conflicts creates a vicious cycle of procrastination and stress. We delay to avoid discomfort, but as the deadline approaches, the stress and anxiety becomes overwhelming. This can lead to last-minute panic, rushed work, and ultimately even more stress on the long run. This is what we discussed in our previous video about the neuroscience of ego and how the prefrontal cortex is responsible for our identity and future planning. This is why procrastination is not just a time management issue, it is a well being issue. If you are interested to know more about the prefrontal cortex, I highly recommend watching that video. I have explained how our prefrontal cortex is responsible for the ego and how it is constantly editing it. Now let's address the common myth. I work best under pressure. How many of you have heard someone, or maybe even you said it to yourselves, that you thrive on the deadlines, that you get the best work done at the last moment? It's a common belief, especially among students and young professionals. But the reality is quite different. What's actually happening is that the stress of the deadline, the surge of adrenaline and cortisol, finally overpowers your limbic system's resistance. It's not that you are doing better work, it's just that you are finally doing any work because the consequences of not doing it becomes too painful to ignore it. Think about it. When the deadline is far off, your limbic system is in control, prioritizing immediate gratification. But as the deadline gets closer, your amygdala, the brain's stress center, it kicks in, releasing stress hormones that forces you into action. It's not optimal performance, it's a panic response. And here's the crucial point. People who rely on the last minute rush often struggles with the tasks that don't have external deadlines. Think about exercising regularly, eating healthy, or cleaning your room. These are the things that requires consistent effort and long-term planning. And without the pressure of deadline, the limbic system easily takes over, leading to, yes, you guessed it right, the procrastination. So, how do we break this cycle? How do we train our brain to work with us and not against us? Here are some scientifically proven strategies: mindfulness and meditation. Yes, this is where the magic happens. Mindfulness, as we discussed before, strengthens the prefrontal cortex, improving our ability to focus, regulate our emotions, and tolerate the discomfort. It helps us become aware of those urges to procrastination without immediately giving in to them. And to help you get started, I have created a 15-minute guided meditation specifically designed to enhance focus and concentration. It's available right now on the Kaivalaya website. This meditation is a powerful tool to calm your mind, strengthen your prefrontal cortex, and cultivate present moment awareness, the key to overcome procrastination. Now, let's explore some other strategies. First one is task chunking. As the name suggests, break down a task into smaller manageable steps. For example, cleaning room feels like a task, just start by making the bed first. Next is Pomodoro technique. It's a fantastic time management technique that involves working in focused bursts of 25 minutes followed by short breaks of 5 minutes. This helps you maintain focus and avoid burnout. Up next is cultivating intrinsic motivation. This is all about finding meaning and purpose in your work. Ask yourself, why is this task important to me? And finally, achieving the flow state. This is a state of deep focus and immersion where you completely absorb in the task at hand. It's when you are in the zone. If you want to know more about the flow state and how to achieve it in almost any task that you are doing, then let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I will make a dedicated video on achieving flow state. Now, for viewers in India, being an Indian, I know that growing up in India comes with its own unique sets of challenges. The pressure to excel academically, the expectation from family and society, the intense competition. It can all be very overwhelming. But remember, you are not alone. Many young Indians face similar challenges. Mindfulness and these procrastination busting techniques can help you navigate these pressures with great clarity and resilience. So, remember, procrastination isn't about being lazy, it's about understanding how your brain works and using science backed strategies to take control. Invest in yourself, prioritize your well being, and unlock your full potential. Hit like to this video if you found it helpful and subscribe to the channel for more science-backed tips on mindfulness, productivity and personal growth. Check out the free 15-minute guided meditation on our website. Link is in the description and pinned comment. Share this video with your friends and family. Let's help each other beat procrastination. That's it from my side and I'll see you in the next video.